When was the last time you woke up with a firm, confident erection? If you can't remember, or if it's been months or even years, what I'm about to share could be the most important health information you hear this year. 'Cause what's destroying your masculine vitality isn't just the passage of time. The real culprit might be sitting right there on your dinner plate, disguised as healthy choices that are actually working against your body's natural ability to perform. Connection between what you eat and how you function in the bedroom runs deeper than most men realize. Your penis needs specific nutrients to maintain blood flow. Your body requires certain minerals to produce testosterone. And your arteries need the right fuel to stay flexible and open when it matters most. Here's what shocked me most in my years of practice. The very foods many doctors tell older men to avoid, like red meat and certain seeds, are actually some of the most powerful tools for restoring blood flow, boosting testosterone, and bringing back the firm, confident erections you remember from your younger years. Connection between what you eat and how you perform is stronger than most men realize. Your penis needs blood flow to function. Your body needs specific nutrients to maintain hormone levels. And your arteries need the right fuel to stay flexible and open. I'm Dr. Eva Hart, and for the past 14 years I've dedicated my practice to helping men over 60 reclaim their sexual vitality naturally, without relying on pills, injections, or invasive procedures. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s completely transform their performance by making simple changes to what they put on their plate. This isn't your fault. Confusion around nutrition and male health has left countless men suffering in silence, thinking their best years are behind them. In this video, I'm going to share 3 specific foods that clinical research shows can dramatically improve blood flow to your penis, support healthy testosterone levels, and help you feel strong and confident again. The third food is something most men completely overlook, but it might be the key to the best performance you've had in years. This is about more than just physical function. It's about reclaiming your confidence, your connection with your partner, and your identity as a man. Stay with me until the end, because what I'll share in the final minutes could be the missing piece that changes everything for you. And if this topic resonates with you, share in the comments what exactly speaks to you. If it doesn't, let me know what would be more helpful. But first, let me explain why everything starts with something most men never think about. Why blood flow controls everything about your erections. When men come to my office frustrated about weak erections or complete loss of function, they usually want to talk about hormones, stress, or medications. But I always start the conversation somewhere else entirely, with their circulation. Here's something that might shock you. An erection is fundamentally a hydraulic event. Think of it like a fire hose. Doesn't matter how much water pressure you have at the source, if the hose is kinked or blocked, nothing powerful is coming out the other end. Your penis works the same way. It's not just about desire or testosterone levels. It's about whether your blood vessels can deliver enough blood quickly and forcefully enough to create and maintain firmness. Here's the problem. By age 60, many men have spent decades unknowingly damaging these crucial blood vessels. Poor food choices, chronic inflammation, and sedentary habits all take their toll. The damage starts so quietly that most men don't even notice it happening. The damage starts quietly. Plaque builds up inside your arteries, narrowing the passages. Blood flow slows. First, you might notice erections that aren't quite as firm as they used to be. Then it becomes harder to sustain them. Eventually, your body simply can't deliver enough blood to make it work at all. I had a patient recently, a 68-year-old retired mechanic, who told me he thought his sex life was over. "Doc," he said, "I figured this is just what happens when you get old." But after we focused on improving his circulation through targeted nutrition, something remarkable happened. Within 6 weeks, his morning erections returned. His energy improved. Most importantly, his confidence came back. That's the power of healthy blood flow. It doesn't just affect your heart, it directly impacts your bedroom performance. The good news is that you can support and restore healthy circulation naturally using specific foods. And the first food I recommend might surprise you, because it's something you've probably been told to avoid. Food number 1, grass-fed beef, your testosterone and energy restorer. For the past decade, I've watched countless men walk into my office believing that red meat is slowly killing them. Their doctors, cardiologists, even their wives have convinced them that beef is the enemy of heart health. But here's what might surprise you. This well-meaning advice could actually be destroying their masculine vitality. When we're talking about clean, grass-fed beef, not processed, grain-fed meat from factory farms, we're discussing one of nature's most powerful tools for male hormone optimization. Grass-fed beef is loaded with zinc in a form your body can actually use. Zinc isn't just important for testosterone, it's absolutely essential. Your prostate contains more zinc than any other organ. When zinc levels drop, testosterone production plummets. It's also rich in iron, which carries oxygen through your blood to every tissue that matters, including the delicate tissues that create and maintain erections. Plus, it provides high-quality protein that your body uses to build and maintain muscle strength. The difference between grass-fed and conventional beef is enormous. Grass-fed beef contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation in your blood vessels. It has more vitamin B12, which supports energy and mental clarity. And it's free from the hormones and chemicals that can actually interfere with your body's natural testosterone production. I remember working with a man in his early 70s who had completely eliminated red meat from his diet. He thought he was protecting his health, but what actually happened was devastating. His energy plummeted. His testosterone levels dropped to concerning levels. His erections became weak and inconsistent. When we reintroduced grass-fed beef into his meals just twice a week, everything began to change. We paired it with raw cheese, which provides vitamin K2 to keep his arteries flexible and clear. Within a month, he was experiencing morning erections again. His drive returned. He felt like himself for the first time in years. Now, I'm not talking about fast food burgers or processed meats. I'm talking about real, clean beef from animals that ate grass, not grain. Simple, satisfying, and incredibly powerful for male health. But supporting testosterone is only part of the equation. To truly optimize blood flow where it matters most, we need to talk about something fresh and green that most men completely ignore. Food number 2, arugula, nature's blood flow activator. When most men think about leafy greens, they picture spinach or kale. But there's one particular green that I consider nature's secret weapon for male performance, and most men walk right past it at the grocery store. Arugula might look simple, light, peppery, and unimpressive. But inside every leaf is something extraordinary: natural nitrates. Not the artificial nitrates found in processed meats, but clean, plant-based compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is what I call the erection molecule. It's what tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide, allowing blood to flow freely through them. Without adequate nitric oxide, your arteries stay constricted, and no amount of desire or stimulation can create a firm erection. Here's what makes arugula special. It contains some of the highest levels of natural nitrates of any leafy green. When you eat arugula, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide within hours. Your blood vessels begin to relax. Circulation improves, and blood flow to your penis increases naturally. I worked with a 66-year-old retired Navy veteran who hadn't experienced a morning erection in over 2 years. He was convinced that part of his life was permanently over. Instead of starting with medications, we started with food. I asked him to add just 1 cup of fresh arugula to his lunch every day, nothing fancy, just arugula with olive oil and lemon juice. 2 weeks later, he called me laughing. "Doc," he said, "I think my wife is more surprised than I am." The arugula had done exactly what we hoped. It improved his circulation naturally and safely. Arugula is incredibly easy to incorporate into your meals. Add it to salads, layer it on sandwiches, or simply eat it with a drizzle of olive oil. The effects are fast, natural, and work without any side effects. But even with improved blood flow, your body still needs the right minerals to support optimal performance. And that's where one tiny, often forgotten food can make an enormous difference. Food number 3, pumpkin seeds, the mineral powerhouse. Sometimes the most powerful solutions come in the smallest packages. That's exactly how I feel about pumpkin seeds. They're usually discarded after Halloween or forgotten in the back of the pantry. But for men over 60 dealing with weak erections, low energy, or declining performance, these little seeds can be life-changing. Pumpkin seeds are what I call nature's mineral pharmacy. They're packed with magnesium, one of the most common deficiencies I see in older men. Magnesium is essential for helping your blood vessels relax and expand, improving circulation exactly where you need it most. It also helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly destroys libido and interferes with arousal. They're also rich in zinc, which directly supports testosterone production, and selenium, which helps protect your prostate. It's like having a complete male health supplement in a natural, easily absorbed form. One of my patients, a 72-year-old grandfather, came to see me feeling completely worn down. He hadn't had a firm erection in over a year and told me he just didn't feel like himself anymore. When we checked his blood work, both his magnesium and zinc levels were dangerously low. I had him start eating just a quarter cup of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds every day. He added them to his morning oatmeal or just grabbed a handful as a snack. For weeks later, he walked into my office with a smile I hadn't seen before. "Doc," he said, "I think I'm back." That's the power of providing your body with the minerals it's been missing. Pumpkin seeds are simple, affordable, and incredibly effective. When combined with grass-fed beef and arugula, they help create the perfect internal environment for stronger, more consistent erections. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, a nutrient that doesn't come from food but from the sky above. Bonus, vitamin D3, the forgotten erection hormone. There's one critical element that most men never consider when thinking about sexual performance. It's not something you eat or drink. It's a nutrient your body produces when exposed to sunlight, and without adequate levels, even the best foods in the world can't fully do their job. I'm talking about vitamin D3, what I often call the forgotten erection hormone. Vitamin D3 plays a crucial role in testosterone production and blood vessel function. It reduces inflammation throughout your body, helps regulate blood pressure, and actually boosts nitric oxide production, the same molecule that arugula helps create. Yet despite how essential it is, most men over 60 are severely deficient in vitamin D. As we age, we spend more time indoors. Our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight. Before we know it, we're operating at half capacity without even realizing it. I had a 65-year-old patient who had tried everything to improve his sexual function. He was eating better, exercising regularly, even using herbal supplements. But nothing seemed to work. When I checked his vitamin D levels, they were alarmingly low, less than half of what they should be. We added 5,000 IU of high-quality vitamin D3 daily to his routine. Within 3 weeks, he told me something had fundamentally shifted. He felt clearer, more energetic, and his nighttime erections, something he thought were gone forever, had returned. I always recommend getting 15 to 20 minutes of direct sunlight daily when possible. But for many older men, especially during colder months, a quality supplement is a simple, effective way to ensure adequate levels. It's one of the easiest steps you can take to support not just your sexual health, but your immune system, energy levels, and overall vitality. Putting it all together, your performance restoration plan. Now that you understand the core foods and nutrients that support strong, healthy erections, the question becomes, how do you combine them into a simple, sustainable approach? The men who see the biggest improvements aren't the ones who make dramatic overnight changes. They're the ones who build consistency around a few powerful habits. And it all starts with one foundational meal. Picture this: 6 to 8 ounces of grass-fed beef, cooked gently to preserve those vital nutrients. Top it with a slice of raw cheese for added vitamin K2 to keep your arteries clean and flexible. On the side, build a fresh salad using arugula as your base. Drizzle with olive oil, squeeze fresh lemon juice, and add a handful of raw pumpkin seeds. This single combination provides your body with the protein, minerals, healthy fats, and plant-based nitrates it needs to restore blood flow and hormone balance naturally. I've had men tell me that after just a few weeks of eating this way 2 or 3 times per week, they not only saw improvements in their erections but felt more energized, alert, and alive in every area of their lives. It's not about dieting. It's about nourishment. Feeding your body what it's been craving for years. When you combine this meal with daily sunlight or high-quality vitamin D3 supplementation, you're giving yourself every possible advantage to perform, feel, and live like the man you want to be. If there's one message I hope you take from everything we've discussed, it's this: your body is still capable of extraordinary healing and powerful performance, not just in life but in the most intimate areas of your relationship. I've spent 14 years working with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who walked into my office convinced their best years were behind them. And I can tell you with absolute certainty, they were wrong. Age does not mean the end of your masculine power. You simply need to give your body the right tools and the right fuel to function at its peak. We've talked about why blood flow is the foundation of every strong erection, and how poor circulation is often the real culprit behind weak performance. You've learned how grass-fed beef can restore hormone levels and energy, how arugula boosts nitric oxide and opens your arteries, and how pumpkin seeds provide the essential minerals your body has been missing. You've also discovered the critical role of vitamin D3, how this single nutrient can reignite your entire system and bring life back to your drive. But more than that, I hope you understand that these aren't just nutrients or foods. They're building blocks for your confidence, your masculine identity, and your connection with your partner. They're tools for reclaiming not just your physical function, but your joy and intimacy. When you put these elements together consistently, you're not just eating for your health. You're actively fighting against the narrative that says your golden years have to be sexually unfulfilling. You're choosing to write a different story. I've watched men go from frustrated and defeated to energized and alive again, just by making these targeted changes. Men who thought their sexuality was permanently broken, who believed they'd never again experience the confidence of strong, reliable erections. They can transform their lives, so can you. This is your second prime. Your golden years can be about experiencing renewal. You have wisdom, experience, and emotional maturity. Now you just need the physical vitality to match. Stay committed to these changes, stay hopeful about what's possible, and most importantly, stay in the fight for your own vitality. The best chapters of your life may still be ahead. If this message spoke to you, please like this video so more men can find this information. Share it with someone you care about who might be struggling in silence. And if you have questions or experiences to share, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story could provide hope for another man facing the same challenges. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking charge of your health. Remember, it's never too late to reclaim your strength, your confidence, and your passion. I'm here with you every step of the way.